Caitlyn Clark has provided an amusing response to a group photo including some of her former teammates. Ex-Iowa Hawkeyes star Gabby Marshall shared a snap of her alongside Kate Martin and Jada Gyamfi on Monday. Marshall, who is now retired, met up with Martin and Gyamfi when the Hawkeyes beat Virginia Tech Hokies 71-52. Martin now plays for Las Vegas Aces while Gyamfi remains with the Hawkeyes. Clark has clearly not forgotten her former teammates and still shares a strong bond with those she played alongside in her pre-WNBA career. During her time with the Hawkeyes, she helped them secure consecutive Final Four appearances in 2023 and 2024. Clark averaged 28.4 points, 7.1 rebounds and 8.2 assists per game. More recently, Clark has earned herself a reputation as a top trash talker, often getting under the skin of her opponents during matches. UConn head coach Gino Auriemma has opened up on what Clark says on the court, which has caused a couple of confrontations over the past year. The new unrivaled basketball league is preparing for its debut season, and a few stars could complete the dream lineup. Co-founded by WNBA star Breanna Stewart and four-time All-Star Napheesa Collier, the 3-on-3 league looks set to revolutionize women's basketball. The games will get underway in January, and each of the inaugural 36 players signed to the league have been guaranteed a minimum six-figure salary. It could redefine the WNBA offseason, with many players usually heading abroad to boost their earnings. There are 6 spots still available on the roster, and Stewart and Collier are spoilt for choice, but several players would make ideal signings. The newly crowned Rookie of the Year, Caitlyn Clark, enjoyed an unforgettable debut season with the Indiana Fever. Clark emerged as one of the most popular players in the league as she helped lead the Fever into the playoffs and set the single-season assists record. The 22-year-old was adamant that she would use her months off to decompress after the WNBA season, but her stance seems to have softened slightly following rumors of a Lionel Messi-like offer. Asked about the prospect of joining Unrivaled, Clark recently replied, "We'll see. I don't know. Just taking it as it goes, and see if I want to play eventually." As one of the WNBA's biggest names, Clark would be a star attraction for the games in Miami. "We're always going to have a roster spot for Caitlyn Clark," Unrivaled president Alex Basil stated. "We're not applying a full court press the way people think. We are letting her decompress from basketball. She knows that we have a spot for her when she's ready." Fresh from helping the New York Liberty win the first WNBA championship in franchise history, Sabrina Ionescu would be an incredible signing for Unrivaled. The 26-year-old boasted the third best-selling jersey in the league, and Unrivaled's expansion to 36 players could also help her prospects. There has currently been little noise about Ionescu joining the 3v3 league. This could be due to the Liberty star suffering a reported UCL injury during the WNBA Finals. While Ionescu will hope for a speedy recovery, it seems that Unrivaled will be a golden opportunity for every player involved, with the league offering the best average salary in U.S. women's sports. "We exceeded our financial projections, which means we get to expand sooner than expected and offer more spots to deserving players in Unrivaled," co-founder Collier explained. "Women's sports are in an amazing moment, and we're incredibly grateful for the support that has helped make this possible." Las Vegas Aces center A'ja Wilson would be a notable omission if Unrivaled is unable to convince the 3-time WNBA MVP to join. Wilson, 28, has so far ruled out playing in the first Unrivaled season but may be tempted to reverse her stance if Unrivaled's offer proves to be too good to turn down. "Interested? I'm not going to completely cut it out, because you never know. But I will not be in Unrivaled this year," Wilson said. "I think that kind of squashes a lot of speculation. People kept tagging me. But I love what it's doing for my teammates, and it's creating another avenue for players to play and stay in America. But I will not be doing that. I will be chilling." Caitlyn Clark joked she would spend her WNBA offseason trying to become a professional golfer after the former Iowa women's basketball star won Rookie of the Year, made the All-WNBA first team, and helped set numerous attendance and viewership records across the league. as she ponders a Lionel Messi-like, seven-figure offer to play in the new unrivaled 3-on-3 women's basketball league that will begin in January. Clark is getting the chance to show off her golf skills on the LPGA Tour, where she's competing in Wednesday's Pro-Am event ahead of this week's event in the Tampa Bay area. The tournament, officially named the Annika driven by Gainbridge, has seen a big boost in interest since announcing Clark's participation last month. A tournament spokesperson tells Front Office Sports there was an increase in ticket sales, $25 for the Pro-Am day, after the Clark news. Clark will play with #1 ranked Nelly Korda and tournament host Annika Sorenstam, winner of 72 LPGA events and 10 major championships. Before teeing off at 7 a.m. ET, Clark's warm-up range session will be live-streamed on social media. While Clark's full 18-hole round won't be streamed or televised, Golf Channel's studio show Golf Today is coming on the air at 11 a.m. ET, 90 minutes earlier than its typical start, and will include live tournament look-ins, likely including the conclusion of Clark's time on the course. A mid-round walk and talk interview with Clark will also be live-streamed on social media. On Tuesday, Clark, who has her own endorsement deal with tournament sponsor Gainbridge, will be a panelist at a Women's Leadership Summit at Pelican Golf Club, where the event is being played. That will also be live-streamed online. Clark's interest in golf has been growing in recent years. Last month, she posted a video on social media of her nearly making a hole-in-one. Last summer, she drew big crowds while playing in the Pro-Am of the PGA Tour's John Deere Classic in Illinois. While at Iowa, the Big Ten Network posted several YouTube videos of Clark playing golf. Even in the off-season, Caitlyn Clark continues to be the main talking point. Clark's rookie season in the WNBA didn't just turn heads for her skills on the court but also sparked striking conversations around whether the Roddy got the recognition she truly deserves. Since fans have repeatedly called out the WNBA for not properly acknowledging Clark's impact, it looks like the Indiana Fever has stepped up to fill that gap, taking the opportunity to throw some subtle shade at the league in the process. The Fever recently treated their fans to a nostalgic highlight reel, showcasing some of the team's best assists of the season. Taking to X, they shared a compilation packed with standout moments and, unsurprisingly, Caitlyn Clark stole the show. The clip featured plenty of her dazzling dishes, from slick behind-the-back passes to full-court launches, reminding everyone of her playmaking magic. However, it was the caption that seemingly took a direct shot at the WNBA. In their tweet, the Fever wrote, "Our squad knows how to share the rock. Check out our top dimes for #Wimbassists Week." On the surface, it seemed like a standard highlight post. But what made it interesting was the hashtag they used. Earlier in the week, the WNBA had rolled out its own top 10 assists of the season using the same Assists Week tag. However, the league's picks didn't exactly align with what fans had been hoping for, leaving out some standout assists that the Fever made sure to include in their own reel. Earlier this week, the WNBA kicked off what they called Assist Week, and it all wrapped up yesterday when their official account unveiled what they deemed the #1 assist of the 2024 season. Many fans were hoping to see one of Caitlyn Clark's signature moves take the top spot, but instead, it was a behind-the-back pass from Chelsea Gray of the Las Vegas Aces. However, after a closer look, fans realized that Gray's assist actually came from a game against the Fever in the 2023 season, meaning it really shouldn't have made the cut for this year's highlights. Although the league quickly took down the post, fans had already spotted the mistake and had a field day trolling the WNBA's social media team. If only some had hoped the league might fix the mix-up by bumping Clark up to the new #1 spot, their updated top assist again featured league veteran Chelsea Gray, showcasing a similar highlight pass she'd made against the Fever in the last clip. The only difference, this time they shortlisted it from the 2024 season. Fans could hardly believe the league didn't place Caitlyn Clark, the rookie who broke the all-time assist record, in the top spot. While fans might have forgiven the oversight, another slip-up earlier followed it, adding fuel to the fire. The WNBA had posted a Clark-centric highlight reel on X to celebrate her impressive plays, aiming to give her well-deserved recognition. But fans then also quickly noticed a glaring error in their post's caption. The league listed Clark's assist count as 321 instead of her actual season total of 337, also not including her additional post-season assists. However, the Indiana Fever's social media team seems to have stepped up to show the league's professionals exactly how it's done, which might leave passionate fans feeling a bit more satisfied. The NBA has embraced WNBA sensation Caitlyn Clark from the beginning. This has been evidenced by Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James very publicly having her back and through the friendship she has forged with Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Haliburton. The latter was evident by Clark roasting Haliburton on social media shortly after she sat courtside to watch Tyrese and the Pacers beat the New York Knicks at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Haliburton had of course been a fixture at Indiana Fever games throughout the WNBA season. Clark's appearance also led to several mentions on the broadcast, with Knicks legend Walt Clyde Frazier joking about being able to shut her down on the court. However, his partner on the call, Mike Breen, made no jokes in describing the impact of the phenom out of Iowa. During the summer when the Indiana Fever played here with Caitlyn Clark, the building was packed every game. The TV ratings of the Fever this summer for the local telecast were higher than a lot of the Pacers game because of Caitlyn Clark, Breen said. He added, she's doing rating-wise for the WNBA what Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry have been doing for the NBA. Breen is not wrong. In fact, Clark's games actually stacked up favorably with the NBA as a whole in the ratings department during her rookie season. Which is why it is easy to see that the incomparable figures Breen mentioned may have to pass the torch to Clark when it comes to being the face of basketball. Regardless, as Breen proved once again, it's impossible for Clark's effect on the game to go unnoticed. Caitlyn Clark just can't stop breaking records. The Indiana Fever rookie sensation marked her latest milestone on Sunday, breaking the WNBA single-season rookie point record on the way to a 110-109 win over the Dallas Wings. Clark finished with a career-high 35 points in Sunday's game, racking up 761 total points to pass Simone Augustus for most points in a rookie season. Augustus, now a Hall of Famer, set the record in 2006, scoring 744 points for the Minnesota Lynx in her rookie year. The game came down to the wire, with the Wings getting within 2 points with just seconds remaining. Fever center Aliyah Boston hit 2 free throws with 1 second left to lift the win just out of Dallas' grasp. Although Dallas forward Sato Sabally was able to make the buzzer-beating three-pointer, it wasn't enough, and Indiana took the 110-109 win. In addition to Clark's career high in points, she chipped in 3 rebounds, 8 assists and 3 steals. She also hit 6 three-pointers, just one shy of her career high. Kelsey Mitchell was right behind Clark, scoring 27 points for the Fever, while Sabally and Arika Gumbawale also dropped 27 points each for Dallas. Clark has certainly made her mark on the record books this season, breaking both rookie records and WNBA records alike. The 22-year-old guard broke the rookie records for assists and three-pointers in August, before breaking the WNBA single-season assist record on Friday. She set the single-game assist record back in July, with 19 assists also against the Wings. Behind the trio of Clark, Boston, and Mitchell, the Indiana Fever broke an 8-year postseason drought to return to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. With Sunday's victory, the Fever get its 20th win of the season and have now clinched the 6th seed for the postseason. Indianapolis. The Indiana Fever is in Stephanie White's DNA. She said so herself Monday afternoon, as the Hoosier native was introduced as the team's next head coach. Most recently, White served as the head coach of the Connecticut Sun before returning for her second coaching stint with the Fever. White's history with the franchise began in 2000, as Kelly Krauskopf's first acquisition during WNBA expansion. She played for the Fever until her retirement in 2004 and returned in 2011 as an assistant coach, a position she held until she was promoted to head coach in 2015. This is a franchise, for each moment we've been in. We've always had everything we've needed to succeed, said White. The future is so bright, and our goal is to hang another banner in Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year has a proven track record when it comes to championships, leading Purdue to a national title in 1999 as a player and the Fever as a coach in 2012. White feels the team is on track for another championship run with the young core of back-to-back Rookies of the Year and #1 overall picks Caitlyn Clark and Aliyah Boston. When you think about the great point guards and post players that our game has seen, they are going to go down in history as the greatest, said White. They're both incredibly competitive players. There's a fire and a mentality that you can't teach. Indiana Fever star Caitlyn Clark has been away from competitive basketball for about 6 weeks now, which must feel like an eternity to the 22-year-old, especially after playing 2 full seasons, one with the Iowa Hawkeyes and another with the Fever, within a single calendar year. As she waits for the start of the next WNBA season, or possibly even sooner if she chooses to join Unrivaled, Clark has been spending her time attending various basketball games. She has been spotted supporting the Butler University men's basketball team, where her boyfriend Connor McCaffrey serves as an assistant coach. She was also seen at an Indiana Pacers preseason game with her Fever teammate Kelsey Mitchell last month. Clark's presence at Sunday's Pacers game against the New York Knicks turned heads once again, as it often does when the rookie phenom is in the stands. This time, though, it was for a humorous reason. While it's clear that Frazier was joking, the exchange caught attention, especially on social media, where most fans understood the humor. Still, even in jest, Frazier might want to think twice before challenging Clark to a one-on-one these days. Given her meteoric rise in basketball, it's safe to say Clark would more than hold her own against the Hall of Famer. Caitlyn Clark, the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year, is set to make her much-anticipated LPGA debut this Wednesday. After an outstanding first season in the WNBA, Clark is currently enjoying her off-season, which has sparked excitement among fans as she embarks on a new adventure in the world of golf. She will take part in her first Pro-Am, playing 9 holes with world number 1 Nelly Korda, followed by another 9-hole round alongside legendary golfer Annika Sorenstam. WNBA star Jonquil Jones has dismissed claims there was a targeted bullying campaign against Caitlyn Clark last season. Clark, the Indiana Fever's sensational number 1 draft pick, took the WNBA to a whole new level with the remarkable season that saw her named Rookie of the Year but end in early playoff heartbreak. The former Iowa Hawkeyes' success led opposition teams to target Clark defensively, and she was often on the receiving end of a number of brutal hits during games. Many believe the more aggressive play by Clark's rivals was a result of jealousy, given her meteoric impact on women's basketball and the WNBA's success. But WNBA Finals MVP Jones, who won the title with the New York Liberty, has insisted there was no campaign against Clark and she should take the rougher treatment as a compliment. It wasn't that we, the WNBA players, are trying to bully Caitlyn Clark. But it was just the fact that we're going to go out here, we're going to hoop. It was never about her personally or trying to attack her, it was just about us, going out there. The best sign of respect you could get from an opponent is them coming out there and playing you hard. The first notable hit on Clark came when the Chicago Sky's Chennedy Carter brutally shoved her to the ground. Then, in June, Clark's bitter college rival Angel Reese smacked Clark in the head with a wild forearm. In that same game, as Clark drove towards the basket in the first quarter, Dana Evans snuck her arm through Clark's and hooked and held her to stop her momentum. When Clark gestured to the referee for a foul, Evans threw her arm away from Clark and appeared to say something before smiling in the Fever star's direction. Also, in September, DeJohnny Carrington of the Connecticut Sun gave Clark a black eye with a poke to the face.